Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and I've got this Frankie magazine in front of me that I'm going to go through with you today, and we're going to look for words and images that I can use in my journaling and creative projects, and I'm going to show you what I'm looking for. I've gone through some other magazines already. I did one with my members and one for my patrons, so I've got a few more images than what I shared last time on my channel, and it was really cool seeing the different types of things that came out. One magazine I only got 2 things, but I learnt some more about how I use magazines and that kind of thing. Then with another flip through, this one was with my patrons, I pulled out full pages like this. And what I was saying was, now I've got 3 different ways of choosing items for my own personal use. And 3 ways are, one is I pull out images like these that I know I could use on my pages whenever I come to journal about, my favorite instrument or travel, or specific topics that I tend to turn to that can represent things. And this one I can just decorate any page with as a journaling space. So one way I look for images is to go to images that I know I can always use anytime for journaling pages. Another way I look for images is when an image prompts me. So these ones I already have the prompts in mind, and I'm looking for images that can go with the prompts. These ones the opposite happens. I have the image first and it shows me a prompt. So this one I was talking about how this kind of represents 2 aspects of my personality. How I'm sort of country bush girl. I'm super laid back, down to earth kind of style. In Australia we have terms for like yobbo and speaking ochre. That's totally me. I have a bit of a yobbo in me, and I speak ochre, and just super laid back, easygoing. A bit rustic. I like a bit of rusticness, a bit of dirt on the face, that kind of thing. Getting your hands dirty. But I also have the elegant, refined side of me that loves fairies and princesses and beautiful, delicate things. So this represents both sides of my nature, and I love that, how this prompted all of that just through this image. I wouldn't have got there without this image. So sometimes, I'll have the prompt, looking for things to go with the prompt. Other times I have the image first, and that will give me the prompt. So my cat wants to say hello. And then you're sitting on all my things. So the final way that I like looking for things through a magazine, obviously words as well. Either the words already line up with a prompt I have. So already everyone has a story is already something that I would naturally, journal about. But sometimes I might find a prompt and it will be something like, I don't know, she had big dreams or something. And then I'll be like, oh, wow, there's a prompt ready made for me. Cool. I wasn't going to journal about that, but here's the words right for me. I don't know, that was just a loose example there. And then the other way that I look for things is for full pages, or pages that are more about design. So I'm not cutting out individual words or images. It's about the overall page layout. And this is not for a journaling prompt or anything like that. This is just for my personal inspiration. And so, like, for example, with my book pages, because for those who don't know, I'm working on a book, and my book is much more visual. It's more like a magazine, basically. It's like a look inside one of my journals. But when I'm looking at my book that I'm making, I like, trying different styles of layout for how I put my pages together, instead of only doing the same way I do things over and over again, because the book will just look kind of boring that way. I want to have it broken up with different types of pages. So this is like one layout that I could do. I love like the pinboard look. That's really cool. And then this one, simple. This is a reminder to me to do simple pages. Just put one image on the page with a bit of washi tape. So cool. Love that. And then this one, I was thinking all of these pages could go in my inspiration journal, where I just glue down pages that speak to me in some way. And this one, I really like the dress, but I don't like everything about the dress. I don't like the giant yellow flowers, but I love the color and I love the style. I love the wallpaper, and I love that there's journaling space here. And Princess Highway is a brand that actually fits me. I was talking to my members about how shopping is not my favorite thing. I hardly ever find clothing that fits me because I'm quite small framed and petite, and so dress shopping, I love dresses, but I find it not fun to buy dresses or look for dresses because they never fit me. So when I actually find a dress that absolutely fits, I kind of get emotional and I start tearing up, because it's like, I found a dress that fits and it feels good and I feel beautiful, and it rarely happens. But Princess Highway, I've been told, is a brand that fits smaller frames, and I do have one item of clothing that fits. So I'm looking at going to Princess Highway and finding a dress that might fit me. I would love to wear, in ideal dreamland, I'd love to wear a dress or skirt every day of the week. So what I was thinking as well is I would, I've talked about how I want to do an altered book using a Frankie magazine, but I wasn't sure what I would use it for. And as I was talking to my patrons, what I realized was I could use these to cover up the pages of my altered book, altered magazine, because there's going to be a lot of pages in the Frankie magazine that I don't like. So I'll cover them up with pages that I do like, or pages that give me inspiration or speak to me in some way. And it can be like a new inspiration type of journal. And so I am going to be looking for full pages, because I'm going to need quite a lot to cover up the ones I don't like in whichever Frankie magazine I use for the altered book. And we'll see how we go. And then just the other idea I had was to look for smaller images and only use Frankie magazine to do my journaling. So the only way I can decorate it is by using images from the Frankie magazines themselves. And I think that's doable because I've got 23 magazines. So I'm going to get a lot of pages and I'm going to get a lot of images, hopefully, from 23 magazines. And then that way I can create my own altered book from it and, look for items that I can add to the magazine to journal with. So that's the different ways I'm going to be using or looking for images and words. I love this layout. This is really cool where it's like already a collage. I'm just looking for individual ones that speak to me. So maybe this one and that one. And I'm hoping a different magazine has a full collage page that I could maybe tear out the whole thing as one of my inspiration pages in the altered book. So I'm just going to cut out roughly for now, and then later I'll cut them out nicer. And we'll just pull them out. So the other thing I was talking about to my members and patrons was just how, like, I could cut that out if I wanted, was how I used to just pull out anything and everything when it came to, cutting out magazines from journals. Cutting out magazines for journaling. I would pull out anything and everything because if I thought if I could use it, then I'd cut it out. But now I'm much more selective. Now I am only choosing things that I know I could definitely use. Not just, I might use this one day. It's interesting, I could use this one day, but I don't have a specific thing in mind. I'm not cutting those things out anymore. I'm only cutting out the ones where I'm like, yes, I know how I could use this. And I can definitely use this one. Because often what happens is when I cut out just ones that I'm like, this is nice, I don't know how I'd use it, I could use it one day, I put it away and then I forget I have it. And then a year goes by and I haven't used it. And so that usually once a year I'll go through all my stuff and I'll get rid of, declutter anything that I haven't used for an entire year. If I've forgotten it for a year, it means it's not too important to me. So now that means I'm much more selective when it comes to my journaling. Look at these. And I was talking as well about how this magazine really helps me find my style, and my tip for finding your style is expose yourself to as many styles as you can, because when you find out what isn't your style, it helps you articulate what is and identify what is. And so going through this magazine, like there's some images that are just so lovely, but I still can't bring myself to cut them out the way I do with Daphne's Diary. Daphne's Diary, I'm like, yep, cut out this, cut out that. This one, there's like beautiful elements, but just something about them is a bit off, a bit obscure, a bit art house, a bit different, a bit quirky. And what I've realized is I'm not a quirky person. Quirky is not a word to describe me. Quirky is not a style I resonate with. I like more elegant, classic, refined, dainty, pretty, beautiful, which quirky can be all of those things, but I don't like that quirky element. But I love that quirky is something for other people. You know, other people love quirky. Other people love, I like this chair one. Other people like different styles. And I love that there's a magazine for each type of person. And we don't all have to like the same style. It's so good that if you like quirky, I am so happy for you, because I can appreciate quirky. Even if I don't personally like it, I appreciate it. And therefore I am thankful for people who love quirky, because I would feel bad if no one did, because I'm like, but I still appreciate it. I'm still glad it's in the world. But I need you to appreciate it, because I don't. Well, I appreciate it, but I don't love it. So I need you to love it, because I don't love it. So yeah, it helped me to go, I'm actually not quirky. I actually don't like the quirky, this is really cool. But again, I can't think of anything that would, well, it actually is sparking a prompt actually. When I was in primary school, I used to create mixtapes, and I've actually got quite a few stories now with that. So this is one that's prompting me. So this is why I'm excited, because sometimes when I have a prompt only sparked by an image, I still might not journal about it, because when am I ever going to journal about it? But because I've got this altered book concept going, using only images from Frankie magazine, I have a place for it. It's going to go in a Frankie magazine altered book journal, and I'm going to journal about mixtapes and how my friends and I would record ourselves for hours. And I used to fall asleep to them, because it was just like relaxing to me to listen to my friends and I making jokes and talking. And I wish I still had them in a way, although I'd probably cringe now. But I used to love those so much. So actually I've got a huge thing I could write about mixtapes. So see, I like this aesthetic again, but it's just something off, something quirky about it that I'm not liking personally. So I'm really excited now about this altered book concept. And what that does mean though as well is I am cutting out more than I usually would, because now I know I need to gather a lot more things just to document in this Frankie altered book I'm going to do. But that's fun. It gives me a place to put them all. Not to say I won't use them in other journals as well, but I like these postcards. They're, again, quirky. They're not my style. They're just, to me, they're not beautiful. They're fun and they're quirky, but I want to put something beautiful on my wall. And I love that other people would call quirky beautiful, and I can see the beauty in it. I definitely can. It's just not me. I'm trying to make myself love this one, because it's got a cat and it has like a fun message. And maybe if a friend gave me that, if it was meaningful and all that, I could put that on my wall. But if it was just like, oh, here's a joke, I'd be like, thanks, that's funny. And then I wouldn't do anything with it. But if it was like a really heartfelt thing and all that, then I'd be like, oh, I need to put that on my wall. Anyway, I'm thinking about this way too hard. I'm not really into cartoon. I don't like bright cartoon colours in my journals. I much prefer, the vintage aesthetic, neutrals. I do like colour still. I love floral colour with neutrals. That's my favourite combination, but not like bright cartoon colour. Babysitter's Club, I could do a prompt on that, but I don't think I will. Ballet slippers. Okay, I need to... Who was your favourite character from the Babysitter's Club, everyone? Mine was Stacy. All my friends love Stacy though, so that's probably why my favourite was Stacy. Because because we all love Stacey the best. Probably because I like Stacey the best because she was more like the refined, elegant one. I like the overall. I want to get an overall dress like that at some stage. But yeah, I love the Babysitters Club because they all did have their own sort of style and personality, and everyone could choose the one that they resonated with. Same with like the Spice Girls. I think you could maybe guess which one was always my favourite. Posh. Posh Spice. Because that was me. The more refined, elegant, classic, that was kind of more my style. See, this fox, it's almost good, but not quite there, you know? It's just almost there. Well, but I can't, it's just a bit off. So yeah, I could cut out something like that. That could spark a prompt. So that's what I was saying to my patrons, because how, again, I might do a second pass through all these magazines, because at the moment I'm only picking out things that I know I could definitely do something with. But when I come to do my altered book, I'll do a second pass through and just find other random things to decorate the altered book with. Like this could be great writing space, but I don't like these illustrations. They're not my style. Ugh. But I love the writing space. Again, I love the writing space, not my style of decoration. I don't like it. This one I can use. I really like this one. I like these papers. This is cool. So this one I could definitely add to my altered book for my Daphne's Diary, for my Frankie magazine. And because I could do a whole page on Keanu with those 2 pages. So that's good. Again here, I could use this for my altered book as journaling space. Just, I'm not a fan of that. I love it though, where other people are like, but I love that. That's great. I love that you love that. And it's okay that I don't like that. Because I know sometimes we can try to convince people, oh, you should love it though, because it's amazing. It's like, no. We don't need to convince people to love something because people already love what they love. See, I like this kind of shelf thing too. And I love it. You love it to the max. You love it 100%. Go love it. But I don't need to love it at the same time. I can love what I love and you can love what you love. And that's great. See, I love like this kind of style too. So pretty. And yeah. We have a poster here. This one's got some really interesting things in it. So sometimes they come with postcards and posters and writing paper apparently, but not all of them. All of the ones that I've looked through so far haven't had the writing paper, so that's been interesting. If they all have the writing paper, that would be great. All right, we're coming to the end now, and yeah, we got a few different things. Again, I didn't get a huge amount of things, but I don't need to appreciate what I've got. And in fact, just having a select few things is sometimes better, because if I get too much, I get overwhelmed and then I won't use it because I can't see what I have. But because I'm doing an altered book journal, I'm going to collect things just to be able to decorate that journal with. I'm so excited because I've never done that before. I've always wanted to. I've wanted to do that with Granny Chic, use Granny Chic as an altered book and only use Granny Chic pieces to decorate it. So that's still in the works as an idea. But yeah, I can test it out first with these ones, doing a Frankie altered book. I'm so excited. It makes me happy to have everything match up, to only use things from Frankie in my Frankie journal. I know, it's something about that just makes me so happy, because I don't know, everything will be consistent, it'll all go together, that kind of thing. And I won't have to look elsewhere to find stuff, and it won't be overwhelming, like which supply do I use, because I can only use Frankie pieces. So yeah, I'm really excited, you guys, about this new direction this is going. And it was so cool how the idea unfolded with my patrons, because I was just talking through the idea and like, I don't know how I'm going to use the altered book. And then as I was looking through a magazine, the idea just came to me and unfolded, and I was thinking it out, talking it out, and it was so cool how it came together. And now I am so excited about this project. So excited. All right, guys, I hope you enjoyed that video. Let me know if you want to see more videos using Frankie, cutting up a magazine, all that kind of stuff. The altered book project probably won't happen until much later in the year, because obviously I've got to get through all 23 Frankies first, and working on my courses and all that kind of stuff. So when those are more settled and my routine is more settled, then I can focus on this. So this probably won't happen until much later in the year, but I'm going to have so much fun collecting for it. Yay! The beginnings of an idea, the spark of inspiration. Love it. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next video. Bye, guys. Special thank you to my beautiful patrons who supported me in December. If you would like to support me in the month of January, I would be so ever grateful. Becoming a patron gets you access to extra videos, including my monthly journal series where I make a journal from start to finish each month. The Ruby tier gets you access to every single digital kit from my Etsy, as well as a new kit each month. And there's different tiers. There's some mail tiers and a journal tier as well. So feel free to check those out. If you'd like to take any of my courses, those are down below in the description box as well. And all the links and places to find me are down there too.